Of all the different male stereotypes, Sigma males seem to be the most hated. But why is that? Well, it's quite simple. People naturally tend to hate what they cannot understand. Sigma men are mysterious individuals who refuse to conform to herd mentality and don't take part in social hierarchies. They are independent and intelligent, usually mistaken for being arrogant or aloof by many people. This can make them stand out in a negative way, especially in a society where fitting in and following the crowd is highly valued. The fact that these men care nothing about what people think of them also fuels the fire. While Sigma males don't seek out hate or attention, their nature tends to attract both. Here are 12 reasons why they get so much hate. 1. His honesty can be quite brutal. It's no secret that many people don't like hearing the truth, especially when it's not something they want to hear. So they prefer to surround themselves with people who tell them what they want to hear, rather than what they need to hear. The Sigma man doesn't sugarcoat his words or try to make others feel comfortable. He speaks his mind with an honesty that some find upsetting. While many appreciate his straightforwardness, it can be a double-edged sword. When a Sigma expresses an opinion or gives feedback, you can be sure he means every word. He doesn't beat around the bush or offer vague compliments. This honesty can be a hard pill to swallow for those who are used to getting praise and validation from others, especially those in positions of power. It's not hard to see why some people hate Sigma men who refuse to play along with their games, but they are not doing it to hurt or offend. They simply want to address the core of the matter. While this may rub some people the wrong way, it's also what makes others admire and respect them. A wise man once said, "Those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind." 2. He dares to go against the crowd. It's never easy to go against the grain, especially when it means standing up to peer pressure, having the courage to decide for yourself, even if that means going your own way, is a challenge many of us face but few have truly mastered. But Sigma man has learned how to take control of his life by daringly choosing what matters most and fearlessly rebelling against expectations set by others. He doesn't need others' validation to feel good about himself. He often finds comfort in solitude rather than in social settings that require him to fit in and conform. Many people are envious of this trait, but also resent it because it goes against what they have been taught by society: to follow the crowd and not rock the boat. Having the courage to break free from the norms is something that many people admire, but are also scared of doing themselves. They hate Sigma men because they represent everything they wish they could be: independent, confident, and true to themselves. Those who know they can't be like him will try to bring him down, even though they secretly wish they could live their life the same way. 3. He keeps his emotions hidden. People have a hard time understanding what they cannot see, and since Sigma men don't wear their hearts on their sleeves, others can have a difficult time reading them and fully understanding where they are coming from. This makes the Sigma man seem aloof and unemotional to those used to more expressive personalities. People often associate emotionality with being human, so it's seen as a sign of weakness or a lack of empathy when someone doesn't show their emotions. This leads some to believe that Sigma men are cold and unfeeling, which can cause them to be disliked or even hated by those who prefer more emotionally expressive individuals. However, this doesn't mean that Sigma males don't have emotions. They just choose not to express them openly. They value privacy and prefer to keep their emotions close to their chest, which can be seen as standoffish or untrustworthy by those who don't understand this perspective. 4. He doesn't take things at face value. Have you ever questioned the underlying meaning behind something someone said or did? Well, that's something the Sigma deals with every day. This type of man doesn't take anything at face value. He always digs deeper to find the root cause and the true intention behind someone's words or actions. He is an independent thinker who doesn't just accept what others tell him, but rather forms his own opinions based on thorough analysis and critical thinking. This can be seen as a threat to those who prefer their authority and opinions to be unchallenged. Sigma men are not afraid to question the status quo and can often see through masks and hidden agendas. This can make others uncomfortable, especially if they have something to hide or fear being exposed. It's easier for people to hate someone who challenges their beliefs than to admit they may be wrong or misguided. But for Sigma men, seeking the truth is more important than fitting in or pleasing others. 5. You can't buy him with status. The concept of status and its influence on our lives can be both fascinating or discouraging, depending on how you view it. To say everyone has been affected, positively or negatively, by the human desire to attain or maintain some form of perceived higher-ranking position in society would be an understatement. Whether we admit it or not, everywhere we turn, there's someone trying a little too hard to show off their latest purchase or accomplishment, hoping to gain respect and admiration from their peers. The higher you are on the ladder, the more respect you get. That is why alpha males will do anything to be on top. Sigma men don't buy into this social hierarchy based on superficial status symbols. They aren't impressed by flashy cars or designer clothes because they know true value goes beyond material possessions. This can make others see them as arrogant or snobbish for not playing along with societal expectations and norms. But it's just another example of their independent thinking and refusal to conform. They value substance over appearance, and no amount of status or material possessions can buy their respect or loyalty. 6. People perceive him as arrogant. When someone is quiet and confident, it's easy for others to mistake their self-assuredness for arrogance. Sigma men often exude a calm and collected demeanor, and this can be perceived as aloofness or superiority by those who don't know them. While alphas thrive on being the center of attention and gaining admiration from others, Sigma men prefer to be in the background, observing and listening. Some see this as a lack of interest or disengagement, but Sigmas are just more reserved and selective with their words and actions. They choose to speak when they have something meaningful to say and not just to be heard. This can create a sense of mystery around them, making them both intriguing and intimidating to others. And when someone feels intimidated or doesn't understand something, it's easy for them to label it as arrogance. This is our society's way of dismissing what we don't understand. We label what we fear and make excuses to justify our own shortcomings. 7. Hard to figure out. People often say, "I just can't figure him out." This is a common feeling when it comes to Sigma men. They are complex individuals who don't fit into a specific mold, making it difficult for others to decipher their thoughts and actions. They are private and selective about who they let into their inner circle, which adds to the mystery surrounding them. While they are not interested in being understood or accepted by everyone, many women are drawn to their enigmatic nature. This doesn't sit well with alpha males who are giving their best effort to impress and gain attention from women. Sigma men are comfortable with who they are and don't feel the need to explain themselves to others. They value their privacy and independence, and this can be seen as a challenge by those who want to get close to them. But those who are patient enough to peel back the layers will find a deep and knowledgeable individual with unique perspectives and insights. 8. Limited collaboration. Some people simply don't understand how others can be happy working independently. While alphas thrive in group settings and seek out collaborations, Sigma men prefer to work alone. This isn't because they are antisocial or dislike teamwork, but that's just how they operate most efficiently. They are self-motivated individuals who don't need external validation or direction to get things done. Sure, they can work well in a team when necessary, but for the most part, they prefer to tackle tasks and projects on their own. Those who value teamwork and collaboration can see this as uncooperative or unproductive, even though Sigma men may achieve just as much, if not more, on their own. Solitude allows them to focus their energy and thoughts without any distractions, resulting in high-quality work and efficient problem-solving. While collaboration has its benefits, Working alone is where Sigma men test their limits and truly excel. 9. Intolerance for incompetence. Nothing frustrates the Sigma more than those who don't use their brain. It's like nails on a chalkboard for him to see someone simply going through the motions without actively thinking. While he may be patient and understanding with those who genuinely want to learn, the Sigma man has little tolerance for incompetence. He has high standards for himself and would like to see others trying their best, even if it means making mistakes and learning from them. It is one thing to lack experience, but it's another thing entirely to be lazy or complacent. No one is perfect, but you can easily see the difference between someone trying and someone not. This intolerance for incompetence can sometimes come across as arrogance or snobbishness, but it's just their frustration at seeing potential wasted. Sure, not everyone wants to put in the extra effort and likes to coast through life, but that's just not how Sigma men operate. They always strive for improvement, even if it means pushing themselves out of their comfort zone. 10. Powerhouse Performer if properly motivated. Do you ever wonder why some people seem to unleash incredible superhuman performance levels? What is it that makes them so successful in whatever they set out to achieve? Is there some secret formula they follow, or are they just lucky? While this may seem like a mystery for many people, Sigma men have an answer: self-motivation. These men are not inherently lazy or unmotivated. They must find their drive and passion for a particular task or goal. Once that happens, they can turn into powerhouse performers, achieving incredible feats that may seem impossible to others. But it's not just about finding motivation. Sigma males also need the freedom to pursue their goals in their own way. They dislike being micromanaged or constrained by useless rules and procedures. When given autonomy and trust, they can reach exceptional productivity and success. Their motivation comes from within, and once they tap into their inner drive, there's no stopping them. Of course, some people don't like when others outperform them, so this may touch on some people's insecurities, especially if their attention is shifted away. 11. Misunderstood and mysterious. Sigma men are often described as enigmatic and mysterious. They tend to keep a low profile and avoid the spotlight, making them appear elusive to others. This air of mystery is not intentional. It's just part of their nature. Because they value their independence and privacy, they may seem distant or detached from others. This can lead to misunderstandings, especially in group settings where social dynamics and hierarchies are at play. But this misunderstood nature is not necessarily a negative trait. It's just a result of their preference for privacy and self-reflection. Sigma men like to spend some time alone, thinking and analyzing their thoughts and ideas. This is how they recharge their batteries and clarify their thoughts and goals. However, many call them antisocial, even though this is not true. They simply prioritize their alone time over small talk or superficial social interactions. They may not be the most outgoing or social individuals, but they still enjoy companionship and meaningful connections. 12. Nonconformity and independence. How many times have you seen others being judged because they follow their own path? It's a sad reality that anyone who doesn't fit into those molds is seen as a black sheep or troublemaker. This is especially true for Sigma men, who usually play by their own rules. They naturally tend to question authority and traditional norms, which can come across as rebellious or nonconformist to others. But it's not that they want to cause trouble or go against the grain. They simply prefer to go their own way, guided by their values and beliefs. They don't want to bother others or be bothered by them, but that doesn't mean they'll conform just to fit in. This independent nature can sometimes lead to clashes with authority figures who don't like seeing others deviating from the norm. However, Sigma males are not interested in causing disruptions. They just want the freedom to make their own decisions and live authentically.